Here we are at the Cryptozoology Museum, and we're going to be interviewing Loren Coleman. Okay. When did you get started?
Well, I got started interested in cryptozoology in 1960. I saw a movie called Half Human, and Half Human was about the Yeti in some mountains in the Himalayas or the Asia. I didn't really know. I saw that movie. I went to school the next day, and I asked my teachers, what is this about the Yetis? And they said, get back to your studies. It doesn't exist. Ignore it. So what did I do? I read everything I could about the Yetis, and I found out about lake monsters and cryptozoology, and one thing led to another. And actually in March of 1960 will be my, March of 1960 is when I started, so March of 2010 is my 50th anniversary.
Cool. What was one of your favorite projects?
Well, I was very interested in the Yetis because it started me, so I wanted to do things, with my family, like walk in the front yard and leave my footprints in the snow on a sunny day, and then see how big the tracks would get, and then compare the stride versus the track. I would go off with wildlife biologists and investigate Black Panther reports, interview witnesses, talk to different people about that. So that's what I did. I just started, when I was 14, I had 400 correspondents around the world, so I exchanged letters with them, and finally one of the people that I was writing to said, you write such good letters, why don't you write articles? So I wrote articles, and by the time I was 25, I'd written 2 books, and now I've written 30, so it just keeps coming.
What's his favorite today? What's his favorite project now?
What's your favorite project now?
Well, my favorite project now, of course, has to be the museum. I've done field work, I've written books, I do lectures, I've gone to Loch Ness, I do all those kinds of things. But what's really interesting for me is really establishing a permanent museum where people can donate different things that they have had in their collections, or materials like art or foot casts or hair samples, because this is the only cryptozoology museum in the world. So we really think it's important that there be some kind of collecting place.
How much of this do you really believe?
Well, I don't believe any of it, because belief is really the provenance of religion. So I'm very careful to separate out that a scientist, a cryptozoologist, studies things and they deny or accept the evidence, but they don't in any way think about belief, because as soon as you get into belief, then you get true believers, you get people that really get bogged down into faith, and having faith and blind faith really gets in the way of science. Okay,
Good.
you guys need help?
He's getting some.
Oh, okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank